Rocky Thompson. I'm based out of Northwest Iowa and specialize volume sports photography is probably the #1 that we do. We also do quite a few schools, the PK through 12 photos. What drew me to photography? I guess, I don't know, I guess I've always had a interest in it. My previous job, I was hired for something not even close to doing photography. And that job morphed into doing photography and following some professional archery shooters around with a camera. And I learned that those were my best days when I had the camera. Started off wanting to take nothing but landscape pictures and never take a picture of a human being ever. But I couldn't figure out a way to sell a landscape photo to save my life. So did a couple seniors, and probably like everybody's story, they start off doing it for friends. And then I guess you do a good job, and then another friend asks, and all of a sudden people are willing to give you money to take photos. So we started off as pretty much just doing seniors and families. One day I got a call from a local athletic director at my home school that I graduated from, and he asked me to come in and take basketball pictures because he was fed up with who they had taking the sports pictures. So without knowing really what I was doing, I had an idea of what I wanted to do. I said yes, and he goes, okay, but in the gym, just so you know, the other guy will be there too. And it was like throwing darts and daggers for the afternoon. But he had his camera in a suitcase, and that was basically it. And I had a big light set up with music and a good time, and started off with that one. And people liked the photos. And then it progressed off to doing another one. And then the story goes from there. Oh, hurdles and stress doing volume. One, not knowing what I was doing. Not having anybody I could really talk to that I knew at the time. I wasn't introduced to like sync or a lot of this. I joined my local professional photographers of Iowa, and there's a lot of help there. I guess, the #1 is just not knowing. It's what you don't know, You go into it thinking, I've got a pretty good grasp on this, and you don't when you start. But you learn as you go, and you find people that help you along the way. And the photography community as a whole, from everything that I have ever seen, is, people are just more than willing to help you for no reason other than they just want to help. And man, I just had so many people for no reason just reach out with help. And a lot of those people are, if not all of them, are PhotoDay people at the time. So it's just wonderful group. How did I find PhotoDay? This is a good story. So I've been thinking back, I think it was my second, I'll call it volume shoot. I did basketball. Boys and girls basketball was my first one with paper order forms. I think I spent like 2-3 days trying to lay out what an order form should look like, pricing, no idea. Going on Googling, trying to figure out how to do this. So I did that and sat there trying to fulfill the orders, which if you've never done volume before, when you do that, it's like, wow, this is really cool. I have all these orders. Now, how do I match them up to who gets what prints and this and that and the other? So I struggled with it pretty good for the first one. And then I believe it was wrestling was my next season. Same school. And the orders got a little bigger. People, I guess they liked the first round because I was different on what we did. So we had more orders for wrestling. And I remember I was sitting on the floor of my living room with orders and money and checks and change and everything all over my living room floor, trying to figure out who went with what. I was very frustrated. I asked my wife to help me, and she said she would as soon as she got done doing something on the computer. And so I'm about another hour into it, and my wife is still on the computer, and I was probably more frustrated than what I should have been, because I should have been happy to have orders, right? But I was frustrated at trying to fulfill everything. And I asked her, I said, please, will you just get off your computer and help me fill these orders so I can get these out? And she goes, I am helping you. And she turned, this is a true story, she turns the laptop around, and it was PhotoDay's website. And she goes, I'm signing you up right now. And I'm like, I had no clue what she was signing me up for. She's like, it's all online. And I'm like, that's crazy, because paper order forms, it's all I know. She's like, you're never doing this again. And so it's my wife's fault. But yeah, she said, you're never doing paper again. And she set me up with PhotoDay, and the rest is pretty much history. I've never done another paper order form since. Never, and I never will again. ever. When I started off, I don't know if I really had much of a strategy. I was just going off of what I thought I knew. What it did is, instead of the hours that I had fulfilling the orders and doing things the old way and handing the papers and the orders back to the coaches, back to the secretaries, back to anybody, is all of a sudden I had extra time. And that's the one thing we don't get more of, is time. And I was blown away. You know, it was something new to try. Nobody had heard of it in our area. There was honestly not much kickback from it. You know, it has just helped with time saving and order fulfillments, and it's just so easy. I'm sitting here today at a photography conference, and I published a dance studio at 11 o'clock today, and it's been continuous orders while I'm still sitting here. I can feel the phone vibrating, and I know it's another order. And I'm sitting here having a great time at a conference instead of at home fulfilling orders. It gives me that time. For features from PhotoDay, I could go on for a while. The Capture app, don't be hesitant of it. I was scared to death the first time I used the Capture app because it's different. It is so good that it blew me away how good that is. I use the Capture app on every single shoot that we do, whether or not it's a group gallery or a private gallery. Other than that, above all that, it's the people that I've met. It's the people I've met at PhotoDay. They're amazing. You will not find any customer service that is any better in the industry, period. I'm friends with a lot of them now. I have made the best friends in photography all through PhotoDay people, and it's a bunch of like-minded individuals, I guess, and it's nice being able to talk the same lingo and they understand. And like I say, the customer service is impeccable. I would recommend PhotoDay, and I probably do it 3 or 4 times a day, if not more than that, when I'm at the shows. There's a lot of people still doing paper that are curious, but I don't know if they're scared, but they're curious. But you know, take that leap. If you're on the edge, take that leap, because you will just never, you can't get that time back that you sit at your desk fulfilling orders. It's a thing of the past. I don't pay attention to it anymore, except for the end of the day I saw how much I sold that day. Everybody needs to you know, take a look at PhotoDay, take a look at what they offer, and like I said, more importantly, it's the people and the relationships that you'll get. It's second to none. That's my honest opinion of it. So I wouldn't be where I am with my career, and I never thought I would have a career in photography. I quit full-time 4 years ago. I believe about 4 years ago, and went full-time, and I never in my wildest dream thought that this would be possible. And it would not be possible without PhotoDay and the people behind PhotoDay.